my stoner mind.
So what I have here is a box which has this on the front of it and probably two of them on the inside, hopefully two of them. 270 watts. Is it RMS? No, read the small print. 90 watts RMS, minimum input 45 watts RMS. This is, I think it's 20 or 30 watts. I think it's 30 watts. If I plug that amplifier into these, we will be below minimum requirements and these will not work. Is that what you're saying? All right, anyway. Let's read what's on the back of this. Here we have a list of cars that these speakers are suitable for, and for some reason they have Proton down here twice. Is there anything else on here that really matters? Mounting depth, stuff like that? Not really. Okay, boring. Let's open this. Just turned on some lights because it was getting kind of dark in here, and as soon as I turned on the lights it started getting lighter. So let's open this because otherwise we're not going to be able to see. And screws and just your regular speaker wiring with some connectors. If you saw in my previous video, I made these. So yeah, not too sure if we'll need these, but put them on one side anyway. Okay, let's see what else is in here. We've got some of these things. And we will zoom out just a little bit. Oh yeah, I forgot they were there. These are hula hoops. And out it comes. And this is the other, as well as some things to read. Bedtime storybook. And if I put this box on the floor, Pancake's going to explore it. So I'll put that on the floor. Alright, so these are some specs for the speakers, and the ones I have are over here on the right. Okay, so it's not up to me to say what's cheap or what's expensive. Something cheap to me might be expensive to you, or vice versa. So here we have the back of the speaker, and that's what it looks like. And here we have the grill, and here we have the razor stuck to the back of the magnet, and here we have the grill. Now, in order to put this into the box, I'm going to need to make some holes for the screws. So in order to make a pilot hole, what you need first is the box, and then one of these. And you need a drill bit, which is a little narrower than the screw you're going to be using. And none of this is in focus. So I'm going to put this onto here and sort of just get it into place. I'm not going to go all the way through just yet. I'm going to remove this speaker and then go all the way through. And then I'll do the same for the other box. Put that in there like this and just give it a wiggle, just the same as the other one. That one went through. And so did that. I'll give these a vacuum and clean them out, and then we'll fix the speakers to them. Okay, so now I can finally mount the speakers. So on the inside here, I'm going to put these right there. So that's going to go there. I could even just put them at the top. Should make no real difference. And then we have the speaker. So the big one there is positive. And that goes in there like that. In fact, you know what I might do is just separate these a little bit. So these, by the way, are not going to come off. They look like they might come off, but they're not. And there we go. Now I'm just going to screw this in. So I'm just going to use a manual screwdriver. So one thing I've learned today is that it's quite difficult finding screw holes when they're placed under carpet. That one went in quite easily, but this one was the one I was trying to do first. And there was no way of getting it in. But, now it goes in. Alright, so I've got the rest of these about a quarter of the way in or more, and I could do the rest of them with an electric screwdriver, but I've put it away, so I'm just going to carry on with this. This one seems to have gone underneath the speaker, so I'm going to take that back out. I might even just go get my electric screwdriver. Alright, so before I put the screws in, I think I need to put these on. Because otherwise the screw's going to go straight through. Also, the underside of this speaker is quite sharp. Okay, I get it now. So this is going to come off the grill like that. Connect this to there, and the screws go in through these. FU. I don't really want to put this on, so what I might do is grab some of my own screws. Hopefully they're wide enough to actually push this down and not go underneath the frame. What I've got here are a tub of these guys, and these are the ones that came with the speaker. So I'm just going to check how they fit these holes. Okay, so we've got that hole right there. This is the screw that came with the speaker. You can pull it right through. This one I've got a few of, and that stops there. Okay, so since what you just saw, it's been about 3 days and I've not tested these out yet, but they're about to be tested. But before I put these somewhere, what I've got to do is I've got to wire them up. Now the main part's been done, I've just got to connect this to the back of the box. Also, seeing as though I've got them, I thought I might as well use them. And there we have them connected. And these are going to go into here, like that. Okay, so these speakers are sorted out now and we can get to testing. So the next time I put speakers in these boxes, I don't have to worry about these screw holes. I don't have to worry about the wires. I don't have to worry about anything. All I've got to do is put the speakers in and test them. And in the 3 days that I've not been filming anything, I haven't even tested these. I'm not expecting that much from these, but should be good, I think. Okay, so right here I have a track that I made specifically for this video. And I almost got a little too carried away making this track. But what we'll do first is I'll probably mute some of the instruments that are in there, and then we'll just have a beat that's playing. We'll see how these speakers handle the beat, and then eventually I'll unmute some of these tracks, some of the instruments, and we'll see how the speakers handle the rest of it. So I thought I'd do things a little different because I like to do things different. So I made my own track. I've not tested this track out using these. I made this track using headphones. That is another reason I wanted to set up some speakers like this, because I want to know what songs sound like on just ordinary speakers. It's good and well making songs with monitor speakers because, you know, they tell you if there's anything wrong, if there's any imperfections, but, you know, it's always helpful to have another pair of speakers so you can just sort of check out the music on those as well. There's advantages to doing that, and that's probably mainly the reason I wanted to do this, as well as, you know, test out some other speakers just for the sake of it. You know, I've always been into speakers, and that's enough talking.
Left channel, left channel, left channel, right channel, right channel, right channel, left channel, left channel, left channel, right channel, right channel, right channel, left channel, left channel, left channel, right channel, right channel, right channel.
Okay, so this one track I'm going to play right now will be tested out on all these speakers that I test, and it's the only song that I'll play by No Copyright Sounds.
On the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house.
Here we have FL Studio, like I said earlier. What I'll do now is I'll mute some of these instruments and leave a couple of them playing. So let's mute maybe... We'll leave this one playing. That is that one there. And there's a saxophone in this as well, so... I think that's a sax. And I think that should be about it for now. Then what I'll do is, once we've gotten to around about here somewhere, I will unmute all the instruments and it'll continue like normal. And this same track, what I'll do is I'll play with the other speakers that I'll test, and we'll just see how it sounds. So once again, I've only done some minor mixing, and some of these instruments could do with a bit more EQing. Now the camera and mic is not in the best position right now, but we're just going to test this out. I think I'll probably just leave that where it is. Alright, so back at this track again. What I'm going to do is play this, but I'm going to bass boost it without bass boosting it. And the way I'm going to do that is, I'm going to use this. This is part of Equalizer APO. It's the piece GUI. I'm going to set these down to about, I'm not too sure, -14, 15, something like that. And I'm going to keep going along. And then what I'll do is I'll save the preset. Might just increase these by 1. I don't know if you noticed, but I already have it over here. So I'm going to click that, press yes, OK, even, and then it's going to load up with that. So this is the curve that I've made, and I've sort of tapered off these higher frequencies a little bit because it was a little sharp. Take note of the numbers down here. You can do it yourself if you want. I'll just drag it over to the other screen, bring this one back, and you'll see what the difference is.
Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And if I quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Working for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket.
Okay, so I don't know if he was looking because he could smell something, but if he was smelling something, which he's smelling now, and I can smell now, then he was smelling it before I could smell it. So basically what I was doing then, judging by the smell, is pushing these to their limits. And they did fairly well. I mean, they're still working, they're just a bit smelly. Okay, so that's going to be it for these for now. I will stress test these to a extreme some other time, and this entire test that I did with this speaker will go more or less the same for the other speakers. So what my detailed expert analysis of this speaker has told me is that besides the tweeter being a little too sharp, they're not that bad. But I've got more speakers to test. I'll soon figure out how bad these actually are, or how good they are. Considering the brand, they're nothing special. I said I wasn't going to say which were cheap or which were expensive or anything, so it's up to you to decide. What I'll do with these now is take these out and we'll test the next ones. So if you've got any ideas of what tests you want me to run with these once the initial tests of these speakers is over with, let me know below. And I'll see you in the next one.